Hi everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave. I'm going to do a hopefully not too long update on stacks for you. This is something that one of my long-standing members has asked me to do, so I'll get that done today for him. I didn't do an Elliott Wave analysis last time I looked at this cryptocurrency, so I'm going to do that today. It just looks like the volume was probably very light. Let's have a look and see what the volume was. Oh, really pathetic. Yeah, no wonder. And volume declines as price falls. Pretty normal. Let's extend volume out. Yeah, that's why it looks terrible. We've got stronger volume now. Okay, I'm just going to start my Elliott Wave count from down here. I don't think the volume was good enough prior to that for decent Elliott Wave structures. From this low to this high, this looks like a fairly decent 5-wave impulse. Could also be a zigzag, but it looks like a 5-wave impulse. And I'll label this cycle degree to start. 3 years. A cycle degree wave should last 1 to several years, so 3 years for a cycle degree wave looks about right. I think there might be an overlap here in the 5th wave, but the 3rd wave looks pretty good. Definitely the strongest portion of this movement. Maybe a 4th wave triangle in there. The middle of the 3rd wave subdivides beautifully. No, I wouldn't put that there. Actually, I'll put this down here. Yeah, and then you can see the 3rd wave in here. This is a weekly chart. Yep, that looks perfect. Actually, that looks really good. I think I can see a zigzag here for the 4th wave with an extended wave C in it. Okay, I think that's an ending diagonal. Oh no, the 3rd wave is too long. How annoying. The trend lines aren't going to work either. That looks terrible. Nope. Won't fit as an impulse, won't fit as a diagonal. What is it? I've long wondered if 5th waves can actually subdivide as 3s. If I put this here and this here. Now the 3rd wave isn't going to work. Oh well, unless it's got a time-consuming 2nd wave like this as an expanded flat and a brief shallow 4th wave. That will work. Not ideal. Motive wave is telling me it's wrong because the 4th wave overlaps 2nd wave price territory, but the rule is pretty clear. The 4th wave may not overlap 1st wave price territory. If you've got a 2nd wave that's an expanded flat, like this may be, then the 4th wave can overlap that second wave price territory. If that's 1 and this is 2, how deep is 2? I'm just going to calculate the depth of 2 in relation to 1. 94%, extremely likely it's over there, and if you draw a channel around this bear market I've labelled cycle 2, it's well breached by downward movement. Let's have a look at that. Let's just do a best fit channel to contain, even if we draw it conservatively across those highs, massively breached. So that channel contains all of the bear market. Hugely breached on the weekly chart, and it's got push from volume. That's a really strong indication that the bear market's probably over. I'm going to analyse this on the daily chart because, for example, this I need to see on the daily chart was the high before the low. It makes a difference to the Elliott Wave count. So I'm going to save that and work off this for the daily chart. Let's try a zigzag, and the high came after the low. That's important to know. It makes a difference. I don't know about that. Oh, that could be right. Let's see, is the A wave going to subdivide as an impulse? Yeah, it will. And I think I want to put 1 there. No, it won't. So now if I put 1 there, the low of 1, 1.76, and the high of 4, 1.78. See, motive wave tells me correctly. This is correct. 4 may not overlap 1, so it's giving me a warning. But if I put 1 here, 4 is still overlapping wave 1 price territory, but it can't see it. It's only looking at the end. So you've just got to be careful with that. Okay, I think this is going to be possibly a leading contracting diagonal. Yep, 3 is shorter than 1, 5 is shorter than 3, 4 is shorter than 2. Trend lines are going to converge. Perfect. Actually looking pretty good. B looks like a really brief shallow zigzag. And C is probably going to subdivide quite nicely as a 5-wave impulse. So there's alternation there between the diagonal of A and the impulse of C. Be flexible with alternation. Oh, that third wave looks really good. I want to bring MACD in. MACD to view. I'm going to bring in MACD to view momentum. Yeah, the third wave has stronger momentum than the first wave, and the fifth wave shows a decline in momentum. That's perfect. This looks like a really good looking third wave. I'm just going to expand that out and make sure it'll subdivide. I don't think there's going to be any problems here. And I think we've got a fourth wave triangle. Let's see. Ending there. Triangles are more time consuming than most other corrective structures. So when a fourth wave is a triangle, I'm perfectly happy to see it as longer lasting than its counterpart second wave zigzag, even for cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin did that in its first huge move up from 2010 to 2017. The fourth wave was a triangle. Nope, I think I want to put this here. Yeah, no problems there. Okay, fourth wave. Is this going to be a triangle? I don't know. No, that's not going to work. So over there, and then the fifth wave, an impulse. Yeah, that's going to be fine. Okay, I don't want to spend any more time on that. What I do want to look at now is the start of this upward movement. I think it's too early to label a primary degree first wave complete for this one. So let's go back down to daily and see how the first wave, which I'll label intermediate 1, may be unfolding. Let's assume it's incomplete. Nope, I want to put this. Oh, okay, that's actually really bullish. I think the third wave could be over here. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to put this here. 2 could be an expanded flat. 3 here, 4 a zigzag. Oh, no, that's not right, because that's lower. So this 2 is some kind of probably combination. Zigzag for W, flat correction for Y. Yeah, that looks okay. So if that's the second wave, third wave can't be over here because this can't be the fourth wave because it may not move into wave 1 price territory. That means the third wave is incomplete. I think that looks like a pretty good impulse. Okay, that's a really bullish conclusion from the Elliott wave count. That's all going to subdivide well. The third wave, no problems there. Let's take a look at some technicals and see if it supports this incredibly bullish outlook for stacks. My member wanted me to look at this, and I'm super interested in it because it's using the Lightning Network, and I think there's a really big future for that network. And I think so from a fundamental point of view, I almost never do this, but from a fundamental point of view, I think there's some really good reasons to look at investing in anything that's using the Lightning Network. Okay, weekly chart. I'd read this as bearish, not a bullish candlestick reversal pattern. This here, it's a strong bullish candlestick pattern. Did it have support from volume? Volume here, 1.5 million, previous session, under a million, previous downward session, under a million. Yeah, it did. So there's some strength off that low, and now we're starting to see enormous strength off that low. That would support a bullish outlook. Volume definitely is bullish. On balance volume, no range, would have given a bullish signal, a break above resistance. If you draw a line from these two highs, would have broken above here. That could be resolved now, no new signal. ADX for the downward trend did not reach extreme. Reached extreme, very, very extreme above 85. Wow, that's huge for the upward trend. Didn't actually manage to catch up to the downward trend. At the moment, it is indicating there is an upward trend, and it's still in a relatively early stage for this market. The ADX line has risen up from below both DX lines, and it's come up from low levels, and it's rising. That's a very strong bullish signal from ADX at the weekly time frame. That supports the Elliott wave count. RSI reached oversold for the bear market. The close for price here, 0.3372. The close for price here, 0.2322. and the close for price here 0.2085, so there is double bullish divergence between price and RSI after RSI reached oversold for the first time in the price history of this market. That is very bullish. On money flow is overbought. This can probably reach overbought and remain there for a while. It happened back here on this candlestick. The close here was 0.48, and yet the high 2.26 a few weeks later was a lot higher, and then there was some bearish divergence before it moved into that bear market. So just because money flows reached quite deeply overbought doesn't mean this upward movement has to end. It could continue for multiples in terms of price before it's over. That's what the price history tells us with money flow. Stochastics is neutral, but there's a trend, so we're using RSI, not stochastics. On the daily chart, this is a major low. It's a strong bullish candlestick pattern, 14th of November 2022. These cryptocurrencies aren't turning together. Most of them are moving up at the moment, but they don't have their lows on the same date. So there's not a strong positive correlation. There is a weak positive correlation most of the time, but not all the time. Price has just overcome resistance, which is about 1.09, and tested resistance, moved down, broke through, testing support now, moving up and away. That's a bullish look. From the low on the 14th of November 2022, this is an inverted hammer. This is a bullish reversal pattern when it's in the context of a downward trend. The close here, 0.2412, the open here, 0.2412 at the same price, and the close here, 0.2363. So it didn't have the bullish confirmation that we would want from this, but it did lead to some upward movement. That was just after the low of the 14th of November. So this is the 15th of November 2022. There's another inverted hammer here, another inverted hammer. This one does get bullish confirmation. The following session closes beyond the body of the inverted hammer. Actually, this is almost an inverted gravestone doji, or the opposite. I can't remember what the name of that one is. Volume is definitely pushing price higher up here, and after very weak light volume off that low, now to see strong volume, that's very bullish. For the very short term, some decline in volume for the last three sessions, slightly bearish for the short term. I wouldn't say though, because volume remains heavy on upward sessions, I wouldn't say that that's extremely bearish. It may just be indicating a shorter term pullback. On balance volume, if we draw a line above these three, would have broken above resistance. That's a bullish signal. It's making highs with price. ADX tells us there is an upward trend, which is very extreme, but not nearly as extreme as this market can get. So still quite a long way before it's in danger territory. RSI is exhibiting bearish divergence. The close here, 0.7388. The close here, 0.9873. The close here, 1.17. Double bearish divergence. I'm not going to count this bearish divergence until a pivot develops, either in RSI and or price, preferably both. But there's a little pivot here, and there's a little pivot, or a bigger pivot here, so I'll definitely count this divergence and this divergence. So that's bearish, so maybe we're going to get a deeper pullback. And also money flow exhibits bearish divergence. Stochastics is overbought, but the market is trending. Going back to the Elliott wave count, I think we may be looking at another pullback, possibly to test support at the upper edge of this bear market channel. That would be the deepest I would expect it to get. For the shorter term, we could be looking for